ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. The mother shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dante. Ain't you know that boy Higgy? He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
We are coming to you live from the Triple C Studios, the Collision Course Crew Tailgate Studios, that is. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wallman. The normal co-host of the show will be here later, but first I thought, man, who better to have on than the all-time, he's been on the show the most out of anybody in Cardinal Sports Zone history. He was on the very first show we had for the podcast, not the radio show, with Keith Kelsey and the guys from state of Louisville. Gosh, man, here's the introduction. I got an introduction for you. First, though, let me go ahead and hit the normal stuff. Don't forget the chat line is open. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however, send us your questions. Check out the graphic below us to see how you can support the podcast monetarily, or just follow us on social media. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, smash that thumbs up. Wanted to shout out 93.9 for letting us on the 24 hours of coverage this past week. But without further ado, this guy's the longest overdue inductee to the retired number club history, a part of the best Jefferson County-based recruiting class of all time, part of the best overall recruiting class of all time, even though it was before stars and stuff. And those stars people will argue with us a little bit, whatever. He's the player with the shortest first name ever, and that's saying a lot because we had a teammate named Touche. Did I forget something, Ivan? Oh, one half of the highest scoring tight end tandem of all time, alongside of myself with 35 touchdowns. They were all his. Spoiler alert. You knew I had to one more time, bro. He was number 6 in your program and number 1 in your hearts. The man, the myth, and as of October 28th, the forever legend. He was already a forever legend with me, Mr. Ivan Green. Ivan, what's good, man?
What's up, man? This thing on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We can hear. Well, not only can we hear you, but I got a surprise. You know I couldn't do this without a surprise, right?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Can you see who's on here?
See Red. Man, y'all got me on this one.
What's up,
Mo
man?
Money? Is that
What's up,
man, Mo?
What's up, babe?
My guy Mo Money is on here. Man, this is what's up.
Man,
I had to do it. Look, I had to do it for
salty, you. Bro. It's looking good. It's almost as good as Danny Mosby's, man. It's getting nice and great. I like it. No hair.
Great. I'm trying to keep up with Mo, man. You know how Mo is, man. Mo
looking good, man. Looking good.
Mo dipped out on us. How dare he? He'll come back here in a second, though. Chris, can you tilt your camera up just a little bit so we can see your face?
Oh, my bad.
That beautiful face. There you go. There you go. Mo will be back here in a second, though. I had to do it, though. I had to get as many people as I could to hop in. I hit up Mo and Chris a couple days ago when I got the idea. I was like, man, we gotta put on for Ivan this weekend. So that got him on there for you.
Y'all done called me in the middle of brunch, man. Today's my day. Make brunch for the family.
Look, you know where I live at. There better be a plate over here soon.
There's enough left. You know, I got a tribe over here, man.
Look, I was also going to put that. We'll bring Mo back in there. Here you come. I was also going to add in the intro, but I was like, he probably leads the league in most offspring as well in Louisville history. You know, the Nick Cannon of our little football team, but I didn't want to go there.
Definitely, yeah, man. It used to hurt my feelings back in the day, but I'm accepting it now. Mo Money in the building, baby.
Back, man. My fault, man. I got Junior calling me. You know, man, Robinson's trying to call in, man, and all that good stuff. How y'all, man? What's up, my brother? Congratulations, man.
Hey,
you know,
man.
It's a long time coming. It's long overdue. You deserved it 20 years ago. We ain't mad at nobody. We glad that it's finally what it needs to be. We need to get Arnold Jackson in there. He's next.
100%.
But this is about you, man. So we're going to party all the way to October 28th, every single day. Let's get it. What's up, Rick?
Let's go. Let's go.
Bulldogs in the house, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, all of us Bulldogs are in the house.
Yes,
Dang on it.
We're going to do it. And I guess we'll let a Douse Dragon in there for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll let one.
I appreciate it. Look, y'all don't know how long I've already been a part of the brotherhood and the club, but I wanted to be a Bulldog for a while. Look, it ain't no secret. We've had like 3 good seasons in Doss High School history, and me and Lavelle were part of all 3 of them. So I'll take it. If y'all make me an honorary Bulldog, I'll take it.
That's right. Shout
out
20
minutes though. It's only 20 minutes though.
Dang, 20 minutes? All right. Well, if that was Danny Mosby, everybody. We'll get him on out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Ivan, first off, how proud of you? How proud are you of this honor? Everybody that knows you knows that you're a humble guy. You never did really talk too much publicly, but you let the talking be done on the field. How happy are you that this is? We talked about this before the show. You were somebody for a decade that should have been up there, and like we were talking about, and Danny just brought up Arnold Jackson. He's another one, just a blatant snub. Thankful to get you in there. Hopefully, we'll get Arnold in there soon. But how proud are you?
Man, folks say you when you let other folks talk about you. So I got a crew around me in my circle. Mo Money, Chris Redman, Dime Beard, man. They keep me up. They toot my horn, man. They go around talk about it because it's always been a team effort, man. It's never really been an individual thing. You know, I wanted to always make them proud, and we always want to make each other proud. And it's stretched over into life, man, with the things that all of us are doing, man. We push each other. We keep each other on our toes, man, and we also congratulate each other and give each other our flowers. So I'm just glad to bring another one to the squad, man. You know, I'm just making my teammates proud, making my family proud. So that's what it's all about.
Chris, what about you? I know y'all played together. Now, Danny, I don't know if you played with them in middle school, but I know they played together. Y'all played together in middle school, right?
Yeah.
So what's this mean to you? I mean, you QB1.
Well, I'll tell you what, it started, we had a TMS good team, made it all the way to the city championship. We played, was it Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
We played Oklahoma in the championship. We were all, and this team we played was good, man. They were so good, but we figured out a way to find a way to win that game. And I remember throwing a touchdown pass to Ivan. It wasn't pretty. It was probably the worst duck ever. Getting the ball to Ivan and scoring. And I'm like, man, there's something special about this group. And that's kind of where it all started, was right there. And then it kind of moved on to high school. And then next thing you know, everybody's like, man, red and green, what's up with that? 2 colors, this and that, the red and green. And then next thing you know, you got Danny Mosby, we got Don Bibb, we got all these great players at Male. But I'll be honest, I've been kind of really kept us together. He literally was the heart and soul, I think, of what we did over there. The leader. When you did something wrong, he's gonna let you know. And he got that deep voice, he's gonna let you know about, and so we really rallied around each other. We were I'll be honest, like, I never had a brother before, but these guys right here are my brothers, and it started all the way back then. We were shadows, no matter what, and so we would always take up for each other, and it's gone on all the way through life. We got to college, we almost got beat up by who was the dude? Campos. Remember Campos on the? Yeah. So we had to stick together through thick and thin. So I'm just so happy, and we've been talking about this for a long time about him getting to where he deserves up there, and because great players need to be recognized, and this is one that, and he hasn't complained or anything. He's sat back but he knows, and we all know that. I'm just happy to get there, and we're excited that. He's going to get to honor him on the 28th, and I'll be there. I know my dad will be there, and I know Danny Mosby and everybody, all of his buddies. We'll all be there. We're always there for you. So really happy, but it's been a privilege of mine to play such a long. I said if we played professional together, we're going to write a book. We were close, and I should have played man. League, but that's another story. But anyways, I'm just so happy for Ivan and Danny, what he's doing in the community, and everything else. So just happy and ecstatic, and I look for big things from this man, even after He gets up there. He's doing great things at Central coaching, and I just really admire the kind of person that he is.
The only four, if I'm correct, and I got my stats guy Shawn here next to me. He's normally good for nothing, but still, the only 4-time All-American in University of Louisville football history. Again, we've all said this. We can say it till we're red in the face. I'm not going to say the other color. That's not allowed on the show, but deserved to be in here a long time ago. He's in there. Forever legends. Y'all will always be. Mo, I know you're pretty tight with Ivan as well. What does this mean to you? Because like Chris said, everybody here right now is doing big things, whether it be professionally, personally, whatever it is. Like with the 502 circle, the jersey being honored, me surviving 3 bouts of almost dying. Like we all done big things this year. What's it mean to you, Mo?
For you, man. Everything, and especially consider I was a much better receiver than he ever was, right?
Hey, I can't say nothing about it. More money was.
Hey, man, listen, man. You know I gotta plug that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Over.
telling you, they on my toes. See what I gotta deal with. See what I gotta deal with.
No, trust me, I know. Listen, the first, not to cut you off, Mo, but the very first day, look, me and Mo were in Miller Hall. We didn't get to live the good life like y'all did over there in the towers.
Yeah.
But the very first day I walk in, I look down the hallway and Mo comes out. He's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Jeremy Wallman." I ain't gonna say that. You're Big Dog. I'm Mo Money. I was like, all right, cool. I'll be Big Dog. It is what it is. I'm kind of big, and I want to be a dog out there too. Yeah. So okay, cool. But go ahead, Mo. My bad.
It's all good, man. But no, it's that's my brother, man. We've been through a lot together. We grew up together. I didn't have the pleasure of playing with them in middle school. I wish I did. But when I got to high school, I was actually a quarterback. And I met Red for the first time at a 7-on-7 passing league thing over at the University of Louisville. And I was watching him throw the ball, and real quickly I figured out that I needed to switch positions. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure out how to get on the other end of those passes. You know what I'm saying? And so the first year we were freshmen, and Ivan was a tight end, and kind of just we were all just kind of finding our way. And then Coach Redman came in and kind of put that offense in that was still to this day probably one of the best that we've ever had in the state of Kentucky. And so I was just honored, man, being a 5'8", 35-pound guy, playing with guys like Ivan and Chris. I was just honored to go out and earn my stripes, blocking whatever I had to do. And then our senior year, I got a little bit more opportunity. But Ivan has always been the greatest to all of us, from an athletic perspective, from a leadership perspective. He's everything that you want in a leader. He's everything that you want in somebody that not just wants to be good, but want to be great. And we've all tried to instill that in our kids, right? Whatever they choose to do in life, it ain't got to be football, basketball, things like that. But whatever you're going to do, you're going to be disciplined in it, and you're going to be great at it. And that comes for leaders like Ivan and Chris as well. I like to think of myself as a leader back in those times. But, my guy's the greatest to ever do it. So it's been an emotional thing, man. For me, Red gave me a little hint about it. But then, of course, our guy Don Bibb posted it on Facebook. And immediately I was emotional about it because it's overdue. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm thankful to those that make those decisions at the University of Louisville now, because he's been deserving of it, man. And the greatest to ever do it in my eyes. Before people were really throwing the ball like that, he was a complete mismatch, and was going to tell you about it and got it done. So love you, man. I'm just honored to call you a friend. My son knows all about both of you, because that's all we talk about every day is being great and trying to measure up to that type of fight, man. So congratulations to you, my brother.
Appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Emotional, man. It's emotional. Look, I feel like I'm going up in the Rapids. It's been so long. I'm like,
hey, you got a practice field named after you, man. You've already done this, man.
Come on, yeah.
I don't have a field, so I don't want to hear you say nothing else, Mo.
Right behind Mills Field. That's named after Danny Mosby.
So. That's a fact. so I can show you how it's done, man. You know what I'm saying? Is, you know, be graceful, be humble. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Absolutely.
And Mo, that's what made you, not to hop off on you for a hot second, but that's what made you valuable as a receiver, because you actually will go out and block, unlike Lavelle, who was scared to block because he don't like to get hit, because he thought he was pretty, but he was the opposite, honestly. One of the ugliest dudes I ever known in my entire life. Love you, LB. I'm just messing with you, kind of.
Much more money though, you know. That's why he's more money. He was always on the money, man. And we was able to, especially in high school, we had a good 1-2 punch, man. So I got a chance to sit back and watch Mo do some great things out there on that field, man. So I remember because I got to watch y'all. I was 2 years older than you all, and I say that because once I hit 30, I didn't age anymore. I'm still 30, but I got to watch y'all for 2 years as I recovered from a broken foot and a torn ACL. And I watched y'all. I watched Lavelle. I remember the very first game on y'all's new football field. I believe it opened during it either opened during the playoffs against Dallas, or it opened that season. I don't remember exactly. It's been a little bit, but just to watch y'all, I've got a special seat to be able to watch y'all grow and be great for the last 30-ish years. And I'm honored to be a part of that. I tell people all the time, it's important to put your kid in sports, because not only do you form, you get structure, you get discipline, but you form lifelong bonds. These bonds right here, these 4 people, forever. Like you can put us in a ring if you want to. You can just put us right here in a video chat. I don't even care about that. It's like that's forever. And shout out to our recruiting class. You know, I think Darche Perry, Anthony Bonner, Frank Moreau, Courtney Dinkins, Mark Grivna, John Susky, Donnell Marshall, John Jenkins, Zach Butler, Jason Wyatt, Otis Floyd, Mike Gantos, just to name a few. I feel like I did well to name that many of us. I think so. And definitely, man. Great players, great people. And the crazy part about that circle is that we kept each other competitive, for one, and then for two, we kept each other on our toes. Iron sharpens iron, because right now, all of them people you named are great fathers, great kids. They're raising great families. So I mean, like, man, me and Mo was on texting the other day, just going back and forth, sparring about high schools and, you know, Cal and Central, and just, you know, just we keep each other on our toes, man. But we also iron sharpening iron, man, because I love the fact that we are great dads out there, man. We can watch our seeds do the same thing and reap the benefits that we've been doing. So, man, it's just like a dream. I love it.
Absolutely. And again, I'm Jeremy Wyman. I don't need to introduce my guests. They all speak for themselves. Ivan Green, Chris Redman, Mo Money, Danny Mosby. Again, that bond, I don't know if you all remember this, but I remember it vividly because this was a defining moment in my life. This was right after sophomore year. I got evaluated. I was still trying to come back from my knee injury, and I got evaluated by Dr. Shea? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Dr. Raymond Shea. And yep. And he told me, Jeremy, you're not going to play football ever again. And I came out of the room. I mean, I was still a kid then. I was still very emotional, but I came out crying. And the first 3 people that came up and hugged me and asked me what was wrong was y'all 3. And that meant something to me, and it always has. When my dad passed away, you all checked up on me. Ivan, you called me during the visitation. When I went into the hospital, you all checked. And I was a 0 star. Y'all were all 5 stars. I was a 0 star. In football, I'm a 6 star in life, though.
Oh,
And not as humble as I've been, apparently, because I have no problem telling everybody how great I am.
we got that tight end tandem, man. It's me.
Yeah. See, y'all heard it here. That's confirmed. But I love you guys. I appreciate everything y'all have always done for me, everything you continue to do for me. It's Sunday at 1:00. Y'all didn't have to hop on here with me, and you did. I appreciate it. Like I said, y'all been there with me through some of my great times. The first 3 months of this year was hard for me because I almost, like I said, it's not a joke. I joke about it a lot. Almost died 3 times in the first 3 months of this year. Thankful to God that he pulled me out of that and was able to help me persevere through that. But yeah, thankful for our friendships. And this is an example of what you can get. Probably not as great as I've been fortunate enough with these guys, but relationships that can and will last forever. And I appreciate you all so much for that. What I want to do really quick before we hop off here, Mo and Chris, I want y'all to give me an Ivan story. I've got an Ivan story, and then I'll let y'all hop off. And keep. I know we all have stories that are suitable and not suitable for radio, so keep that in mind, Mo. But let's hear yours.
Mo, look. Look, my funny story for Green, man, is, what was it? I think it was 1996, if y'all remember. There was a real big flood in the city. A lot of rain, man. The whole campus was flooded. Look at him laughing. And, man, we trying to go get some McDonald's or something. And we like, man, look, don't even try it, man. So Green in his little escort tries to go down that little third street, you know, the bridge, and went all the way down into about 20 feet of water. Ruined his car. Man, the whole cabin was filled with water, man. He ruined his car. He just got the car, man. Ruined. He's like, dude, what are you doing, man? So it was hilarious, man. You know, you think about it now, and it may not be as funny as it was then, but when we was looking at him, he was about the stupidest dude we had ever met. Like, crying that. You remember, though?
I remember it.
You remember that, Red?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
We had to go get bro.
I too, man.
Doing that escort, man. We was doing big things in the escort, man. He just got that thing. Tow it up.
Yeah. We were pretty good offensive team. You know, we were throwing a lot of touchdowns. Danny was catching touchdowns left and right, whatever. We're getting the playoffs, and we were creeping up on the all-time winning or all-time most passing or what touchdowns in the season or whatever. And we got in the game, and sometimes Ivan get a little emotional in the game. You know, he'd be something extreme, whatever. And then for some reason, he lost his eyesight. Somehow he lost his eyesight in the game. And so, and then my dad was like, "You all right?" He's like, "Man, I can't see. Whatever." My dad's like, "Man, Chris is about to throw the national record. We want to get you on Sports Illustrated to catch his last pass." He's like, "Coach, I can see a little better now, Coach. I can." He got back on that field real quick or whatever. But we had some good times, man. What a competitor, though. And man, today is about, or this next month's gonna be about honoring Ivan. So if you get any more stories, send them in. And he's the best, though. And like I said, what a privilege it was to one, just to play with him, but two, just to know him as a person. So very honored to know. And all you guys have been great for not only us, but like this community and what you guys do, and really appreciate all y'all for all the hard work and things you do. So thanks for having me on 55. Appreciate you. And anything I can do for you guys in the future, I'll be there for you.
Absolutely. Here's my quick Ivan story, and then we're going to get to the chat, ask a few questions, and I'm going to let y'all get out of here because it's Sunday. Y'all got stuff to do. They were doing our preseason evaluations our freshman year, and I remember it was me. It was Chris Pointer, another male Bulldog. Shout out to Chris, Frank Moreau, and Mike Gantos, and they were checking this out. And they were doing this weird thing with some gel. I don't know what they were doing to me. They were doing something weird to me, but they were rubbing gel on me and then putting a wand on me to make sure. I guess I didn't have any kind of whatever the case may be. And Ivan and Chris were just going at each other until I just I didn't know either of them at that point. Chris lives in my neighborhood now, or he did as of a year. The pandemic changed a lot. I don't know who lives here now and who don't. But as of the pandemic, Chris lived here. We used to hang out all the time here at the pool in the neighborhood. But we were sitting there, and and then Chris was like, "Ivan, what kind of name is Ivan? Like, was your parents playing Scrabble and they had a little bit too much to drink that night?" And I just busted out laughing. And Chris was like, "Look, the big guy's belly is about to explode and shoot gel all over the room." And I lost it. I couldn't, Frank was rolling, I was rolling, you were even rolling, Ivan. Again, you guys mean a lot to me. This means a lot to me. You going in the circle means a lot to me. Let me hop really quick because I want to let y'all go. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's scroll all the way back. Let's go. We got you, Ivan. Proud of you, Ivan. Corey Carson, Bubba. Corey Carson says royalty in the building. Yeah, and then Chris and Ivan are here too. The Nick Cannon of the team. Yeah, well, I mean, I said what I said. Cashier Mitchell. says, what's up? RG says, congratulations, Ivan. I wish I could. Can I put this on the screen, Shawn? I feel like I can put the chat on the screen. Can y'all see this? The chat? Oh, here it is. Boom. Here we go. All right. New comments will be on there. All right. James Gartland said, Redman in the house. Congrats, Ivan. Straight Beast in the house. Absolutely. Louisville legend, says Card Don. I'm going to take that overlay off because ain't nobody talking no more. Best combo since Big Red and Grippo's, Uncle Larry says. Male Bulldogs, all four of us are male Bulldogs for about 2 more minutes. Don't jib me. I can't believe Mo put a time limit on my Bulldogdom, but it is what it is.
That was me, man. You know.
Oh,
That was green.
Oh, it was you?
You're Bulldog for life in my eyes, man. You're Bulldog for life, bro.
Listen, when you're until you have produced and hosted a show at the same time, I tried to get AJ on here too, and he had something come up at the last second.
Oh man.
He's like texting me right now, and I'm like, dude, we're almost done. He's like,
we can bring him in.
He can't right now. But I've been trying, and I hit up Dion too. I thought that'd be pretty cool to have everybody on here, but y'all know how Dion is. He's a sometimes person.
That's right. He wouldn't be who he is. 50-50, my guy.
Dion, that's work, man. You see Jeff and them got that win, man. That's big right there, man.
I was going to ask you what are your takeaways? What were your takeaways from that first game under Coach Brown?
I'm excited, man. He's coming in doing big things. It's nothing like getting a win off the bat. Getting your win coming into a program you just took over, man. Sky's the limit for Jeff, man. Great recruiter. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing big things out of them guys, man.
Chris, I know you had a lot of stuff to say about Plummer prior to the game. He came out looking a little rusty. Do you think it was rust, or do you just think it was the excitement of the first game?
Man, did you see us play Kentucky the first time we played Bobby Petrino's offense? We played terrible. We were the leading scoring, the top offense in the country at the end of the year. Like that is something you just don't jump into, right? And yeah, did we play good? No. But did we score 39 points playing bad in the first time in that offense? And how much more fun was that to watch? Even if we didn't win that was a fun game. I hate to say it, from the last few years, I would much rather. I didn't stop watching the game the whole time. It was exciting. To me, that was a small glimpse, because we're not even close to what we're going to be. We're like on the first 2 pages of the playbook, and we got about 100 to go. And so I'm just telling you, like, good things are happening. I'm a big fan. I do like the quarterback. He wasn't slinging in the first time. I'm hoping he'll learn from those mistakes and he's gonna be better. But at the end of the day, like, whoever gets the privilege to play in this offense at quarterback or receiver, man, I'm telling you, this is sky's the limit. We're gonna be in some interesting conversations in the next few years, and it's gonna be about some major titles. So I'm excited about it.
Look, I know this would be kind of skipping the Jeff Brom era. We don't want to do any disservice to him, but man, I can't help but to think how awesome it's going to be in 20 years when head coach Chris Redman takes the sidelines, along with offensive coordinator Ivan Green, wide receiver coach Danny Mosby, tight end coach Jeremy Wyman.
GM, I promise you, Danny Mosby will be in a suit. He'll be like wearing being the GM, like people NIL deals.
Yeah. Look, Mo was thinking about NIL before NIL was even a thing. That's how that entrepreneur. That's how he works. Yeah, I'm excited, and yes, I do, Chris. I try to black that first game out. That was I don't even remember the score, and that's a lie because it's been etched in my brain from that very first day. That actually was the very first game that I took my wife to. Yeah, and she was a fan of the other team. She converted though. I wouldn't have stayed with her if she hadn't.
They didn't play us at the end of the year because we were a different team at that point. Because I promise you, it would have been a different outcome. I mean, give them the credit. Tim's a great quarterback, great player, whatever. But we were in a new offense, new, everything. So we got a lot better that season. I wouldn't trade anything for anything, but I would love to have played like they do now at the end of the year, as opposed to the beginning of the year, because it would have been a different story in my mind. So
no, I agree totally, but I ain't giving them. I didn't really say anything. I just put the little beep in there. I like the little beep, like you. Anyway,
it goes to show though too, because the next 3 games we spanked that butt. So hey man, they got lucky at first game. We still put up numbers, but they got lucky.
Yeah, I try to forget about it. I guess Chris had to hop off here, or he just lost connection.
Somebody probably called him.
Probably. probably. He'll hop back in. Speaking of bringing somebody in real quick, Mo wanted me to do this, and I have no problem doing it because this guy, I know how much he means to not only Mo but to you, and like busting on the scene here in the Louisville area. It's man Robinson.
Man,
Hey.
there he is. Superstar.
What's up?
Superstar, what's up, man?
Congrats on it. Congrats on it, Coach.
I appreciate you, man. I
heard from Mo. It was a long time coming. You've been deserving it.
Man, I definitely appreciate it, man. I'm proud of it. It's an honor for you to say that, man, because you were out there doing big things, ready to take over the scene, man.
I'm trying.
Man, just keep working hard and being humble, man. I'm telling you. Making plays, I promise you. They gonna notice you. Numbers don't lie, man. So congratulations. I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it.
Look, and we also appreciate Chris joining us for as long as he did. You can't help when you get a phone call and have to drop off and everything. So it is what it is. But I appreciate it. I guess I'm no longer a bulldog because the 20 minutes has been up. But I am proud of you, brother, and Chris and Mo for many, many reasons. But Ivan, this time you're the star of the show, forever etched. And people 200 years from now are going to look at the honored numbers. People that are as old as Louisville is are going to see these, are going to see your name etched in history, man. And it means so much to me. I appreciate it, Ivan. Congrats again. And I appreciate each and every one of you all hopping on here with me today.
I appreciate you, man. You've always been in our corner, man. You've gone to bat for me for years, man. And we're close. We're brothers for life, man. So I appreciate you having me. Anything I can do for you, let me know, man. And let's go, man. We're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate
every day.
October, man. We're going to celebrate.
Up on the grill today, man. Let's go on and get the party started. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
all the way for the 28th, man. I'm honored to call you one of my best friends, and I'm glad to have been along for most of that ride with you, man. It's an emotional thing, man. I can't even express it to you. When I'm looking at my son right here on the video, and a lot of the things that you did to be great, I'm trying to instill in him, and he's executing. You know what I'm saying? So he's on his way, man. But we are what we are, right? And we try to teach our kids, who we are and who has influenced us. And you've been one of the biggest ones to influence me in my life and help make me great. So as I continue to try to help make him great, man. So we thank you, man. It all starts with the GOAT. You the GOAT. You finally have been acknowledged as the GOAT. You, in my eyes, you are the greatest tight end that's ever played in college football history, not just University of Louisville history. And I'm going to take that to my grave. You are the greatest
all the time.
of all time. You hear me?
And I definitely appreciate it, man. It's definitely humbling, man. And I appreciate you helping me on this journey, man. Iron sharpens iron, man. I wouldn't be where I was without you. I wouldn't be where I'm at without you, man. Family for life, brothers for life. I love you. All of that stuff, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Family. And you still a Bulldog, Jake. You're a resident Bulldog, man. Don't worry about it. You family, man. Like, come on. You've been along for the ride, man. Miller Hall, legends. Oh, man.
Miller Hall, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I know you're trying to eat and stuff. Danny, I'll keep you on here for a few more minutes.
Stay on, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all.
Love you too, brother.
Hey,
right.
Congratulations.
Man,
They're young. Congrats.
Thanks.
The forever legend,
Yes,
Ivan Green, everybody. Mo money, mo problems in the house. The Jeremy and Mo show. This is the way it used to be back in college, too.
And we got them scrubs offline, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Circle of champions, retired numbers. Who needs all that when you got what we got, bruh?
Talking to the GOAT. You talking to the GOAT?
Man, what a and I did try to do it real, but I'm glad he was surprised. He was like, when I said that there was more people, oh, Catherine Clope in the house. What's up, Catherine?
Kathy, what's up, teammate?
Teammate.
Yeah.
Man, we were ahead of our time, wasn't we?
Yeah.
Ivan was ahead of his time. Honestly, if we would have all played college football 10 years later, Ivan would still be in the league.
Yeah.
That's how much the game changed since when we played to then.
Can you move this screen for me? I'm kind of like it's hurting my eyes. I'm like, can I have with man? Is it possible for you to?
Yeah,
What a diva. No, y'all have to move y'all's cameras. I'm producing. I can't do everything at once. Y'all asking too much from me right now. But no, man, that was great. That was great to have him in here. Let me see if I can. I think this will probably make it better. Boom.
There it
There it
is.
is.
There it is. Look, I told you when you're producing a show and trying to do all this other stuff, it is not easy at all. Bill Jones from the Collision Course Crew Tailgate says, "What's up, fellas? Checking in
What's up, man?
from the lemonade stand with Stella and Nadia. That's our title sponsor this year. So shout out to Bill and them. If you've never been to the Collision Course Crew Tailgate, get out there. They cook it up real good. They have some good music, good drinks, good time.
Had to come by.
Absolutely. Let's see what else we got. Come on, 55. You're supposed to be the man. I am the man. That's why I'm doing 8 jobs at once. I'm a Jamaican, pretty much. What was that on the Jamie Foxx show? He's like, Living Color. They're like, you're Jamaican. You got 15 jobs.
Yeah, Rastafari.
Absolutely. Me and Danny have always had 15 jobs, so this shouldn't be nothing new.
Always
grinding, man. Even in my sleep, man. Trying to figure it out, man, for the Jamon Brown Foundation. That's what we're doing, man. So just trying to do what we can to help kids in the West End, try to stop this violence, man, and create some jobs and get folks off the street, man, and into some entertainment. An idle mind is the devil's playground, man. So anytime you're sitting still, trouble can be caused. So just trying to do our part. That's why I keep this dude active, man. My mother told me if I can keep you busy, it's hard for you to get in trouble, man. So we go we go from football to basketball and basketball to track, then it's right back to basketball. So he rarely sleeps, man, but he embraces the work.
Non-stop.
I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for that, man.
Yeah, very, very mature minded, because a lot of kids would be like, man, I'm missing out on this and missing out on the summer and I'm missing out on this and that. But no, when you're dedicated and to your craft, and you want to make something out of yourself, that makes up for everything. You can play all you want to after that.
Yeah. You can now have fun later, right? And so it is about sacrifice, but it's also equally as important to make sure he has time to be a kid and have fun with his friends and a little bit on the video games. You know what I'm saying? But he's it's all about balancing it. You know what I mean? Just like anything else in life. It's about balancing that work with giving him some fun, things like that. So he's a good kid, man. I'm proud of him for embracing that work. I'm
glad he got to finally come on the show too, because you've been telling us a whole lot about it. We've been featuring him a lot we don't do that for just anybody. Well, actually, we've never done that for anybody else other than Kyle Bolin, who played quarterback here at Louisville as well. So glad you gave us the opportunity to Mo, you facilitated that, and we appreciate that.
We appreciate it, man.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. Mike Murphy says, "What's up, guys?" Steve says, "It's powerful stuff."
Learning it.
So true. Bobby Jones says, "Bulldog from 1987 here. Always loved watching you young lads."
Over mail.
Uncle Larry says, "Mr. Green could block as well. Him and Ronnie Gent." Absolutely.
And that dude one about it.
Absolutely. And then Bubba Ray Lindy, who I think is the shortest man on earth. He's really not, but I always give him crap because I'm so much taller than him, says, "Come on, 55, you're supposed to be I already read that. I'm not reading you twice. I'm not giving you 2 credits, Bubba. I refuse to do that. You're like 5'2" with platform shoes on, but we'll joke on you another time. Mo, I appreciate you guys taking the time out to talk to us. Plug anything that you're I know y'all are busy, but plug anything you want to, and then we'll go ahead and let y'all hop off here.
Well, for me, it always starts with family, right? And family is Man Robinson and Christian Academy of Louisville. He's doing great things. He's got great coaches, great spiritual men around him, Coach Burke, Coach Draper Hall, and others. He's got great teammates. He's got a great quarterback. And then family is also Jamon Brown and the Jamon Brown Foundation. Hopefully, not only has he earned it on the field and in the NFL, he's earned it in the community. I don't know if there's anybody from the city of Louisville that's done what he's done in the community. So I hope at some point he will be another that's up in those rafters, having his jersey honored just like Ivan's is. And then we got to talk about Arnold Jackson too, man. AJ is, whoever you ask. You can ask Deion Branch. You can ask Lavelle, AJ. I'm the nickname guy, right? So real quick, I named him Action, man, Action Jackson, because every time he touched that ball, he was action, man. He was gonna get something. And man kind of reminds me of AJ, and met him a long time ago at all Yarn Branches football camps and all of that. So he's always been around greatness, man. I try to keep him around that. Keep kids around great people and great men, especially. They'll be great men themselves, and take care of their family and do what's right in the community. So those are my plugs, man. J Brown Foundation. We coming soon. We got some big deals. We just closed the deal last week. We'll keep that a secret. All right.
Right. You can tell me. That's my brother Joey. He says,
"What's up,
Mosby? Still ready to play some golf?"
We're gonna get that in. We're gonna get that in, bro. I owe you one, but we're gonna get that in too, man. We're gonna get it in. I'm terrible at golf, but and man's equally as terrible. We're gonna figure it out though.
Maybe we can just hop on the PlayStation and play some golf or something. I ain't trying to embarrass myself.
Man, you got anything you want to say, man?
I just agree with everything. I was gonna say everything you said about the Cal and them.
Okay. All right. He's a good kid. He's been a blessing to me in my life. And I'm just trying to steer him in the right direction. There's a lot that can be learned through playing football. Look at all of us. Look at all of us as far as a family is concerned, and what we do for each other in the community is priceless. And so, of course, through other athletics, you can learn life lessons, but football is just a little bit of different. So whether he goes on and plays football or basketball, or whatever he just chooses in life, he's got that discipline and knows how to work hard, set goals, pay attention to detail, and do the best that he can for himself and his family. So that's the most important part. It ain't about making it to the NFL and all of that. We do want a great education. That's an important thing. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, he'll be someone that's a really big recruit later on. But right now, it's about life's lessons that you can learn through athletics and football, especially.
Absolutely. Everybody, Man Robinson, Dan Mosby. Dan, I don't want to call you Dan. They call you that in the press.
And it is Danny Mosby. Don't you ever call me Dan, man. Come on.
I'm telling you, man. It's how it is in the newspaper. I'm like, I don't want to. Is that his official like prissy name or what?
That was a mistake. That was a typo. I was like, "What's going on, Coach Coop? What are you doing?"
Coach Coop, man, what a dude. We'll talk. Well, you know what we're gonna do? I want to bring you back on. We're gonna do an episode dedicated to Coach Cooper here in probably about a month or so, because
we should.
I love that dude. He did a lot for me personally, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
He was a young man, bro, at 32 years old. And, now that we've surpassed 32, we know how young that is and all that responsibility. You
surpassed 32. I'm still 30. Pay attention.
I'm 28. You see, I'm still pretty, so it's all good.
Brother, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Yeah, appreciate
you. Mo Money.
Thank you for having me on.
Not a problem, man. I appreciate you coming on. Mo Money, man. Robinson, let's get it. And now we'll bring in Shawn because he's ugly. I mean, not because he's ugly. Shawn, wow. What a show so far. I almost don't even care about the rest of the show. Oh, wait a minute. You're still muted. Thank God. What were you saying?
That was fun. It was educational, and it was kind of awesome for me because that was during my time getting into football. I watched Chris Redman, Ivan Green, another guy that I think was a little before y'all, Miguel Montano,
he was still
Arnold
there.
Jackson, Zeke Parker. All those guys were part of my memories. They're part of my core memories.
You got to think, mute him again. You got to think at some point, you had Chris at quarterback. You had Frank at running back. You had Ivan at tight end. You had Sheffield, Parker, Boyd, Jackson, Branch. That's a PlayStation offense.
And they played like it too.
And we played like it too. Like Chris said, if they played that game at the end of the year, that's a different story. So it's always good to be able to, we don't get together that often. And it's crazy because we all live so close to each other, but life, man, life will do that to you. Everybody's got different obligations and stuff to keep them busy, whether it be kids or parents or work or whatever. Glad to have them on. Like I said, though, my defining moment as a young man was them coming to comfort me. As I was told I wasn't going to play football again. Now, again, I didn't think I was going to be an NFL player or anything, but I was so excited to play college football and to be told, no, high school was it for you. Even after me rehabbing that whole first year, it was just difficult. So love those guys. I appreciate Chris Redman. I appreciate Don Bibb, and I appreciate we tried to get Don Bibb on. So I had a commitment from Don Bibb to come on, Arnold Jackson to come on, and Deion Branch gave me a definite maybe. So I got 3 out of 6. For football players, that's a good chunk. That's why you invite 6. You hope 3 show up. I knew Ivan was going to show up. I knew Chris would show up. I knew Mo would show up. It was the other ones. I still love them. They were iffy with me. Garrett, I always try to bring the heat, man. It is what it is. Like when we do like so many people I could bring on and flex. I'm not trying. This wasn't a flex. This was me celebrating with my family. It means a lot to me that they're finally honoring him, and it will mean a lot to me when Arnold's jersey goes up in the rafters next year. Yes, that is a prediction. No, it's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. Yes. Let's see, Shawn. What is on your face? That's
just my face.
That's just what God gave him, Shawn. That's not fair.
Uneffing believable.
I agree with you, Shawn. What is on your face? That's his genetics, Shawn Thomas. Gosh. Well, since nobody else, again, this is why you invite 6 people to do stuff. So some of them show up. Shawn, you're the only one here right now. Please let everybody in the chat know that Higgy and Sam, let them know they can still join in at any time. We're done with the main interviews.
Yeah,
if you can.
I can't do that because if I go, I have to go.
Whatever, you simpleton. Let me take just a quick second. I'll do it since I got to do everything else in this piece.
Oh, Bubba, come on, man. Really?
What did he say?
He says that what came from Higgy shaving. And I think he's referring to.
Gosh, I know what he's referring to. Let's get.
By the way, I wrote Aftermath today. I brought that back today. So
tell us a little bit about the Aftermath. What do you got? What do you got with Aftermath?
So Aftermath is basically it kind of surmises the game. It's not really what Sam does, post game recap. It's more of a overall kind of what we did, how we felt going into the game, how we feel coming out of the game. So it's more, it involves more emotions rather than just straight statistics and what have you. And it also has your post-game pressures for both teams and your highlight reel as well.
All right. I'm trying to give you some time to talk. I don't let hardly anybody talk.
I know.
Sending my thank yous to Ivan and Chris and Don and cussing out AJ and Bib and them. Great first half of the show. We'll try to tie this up in a little bow so y'all can get back to y'all Sundays as well. Starting next week, not this week because we have a game this Thursday. We'll move back. So this will be the last episode until next week, and then we'll move to our normal Thursday 7:30 slot, which we do during football season. Hopefully there's no more Thursday night game. We don't have any Thursday night more.
I don't think.
I know we have some Fridays.
Fridays, yeah.
So we'll get back to our normal schedule. We realized last year Sunday was awful because of the NFL. We done 7:30 the first 3 seasons. Last year we did Sunday. We did 7:30 on Thursday the first 3 seasons, and for some reason last year we were just like, let's do it on Sundays, and then we just never figured out the rest of it. So 7:30 every Thursday. We'll bring you about 30, 45 minute show. We'll review what happened. We'll preview. We'll go over the week's stuff that has happened. When some stuff has happened, we'll go over that in a little bit here this week. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out everybody that keeps tuning in. I appreciate it. They made me an honorary Bulldog. I appreciate that. Even though I don't like mail at all. I'm just kidding. Love you guys. But all right, here we go. Cards won. Let's go to the recap. Cards win 39-34 despite being down 28-13 at the half in Atlanta. Win number 1 for Coach Brom. It's the Cards' first win in Georgia, first neutral site opening win in a minute. Shawn, I don't even remember the last time. I know we lost to Alabama in Georgia, or we lost to Auburn in Georgia. We lost to Alabama in Florida. We've lost to Ole Miss a couple years ago in Atlanta.
It's a long time.
It's been a minute. I can't remember. Did we open the season with Mississippi State one year?
I don't think so. I know we had a bowl.
I'm thinking the bowl game. Okay. Cards offense struggled in the first half. A lot of balls were not thrown high enough or accurately enough, but that looked to have been rectified in the second half. Like to hear Chris saying that he's confident this offense is going to look 10 times better as the season progresses. 26-0 run to start the second half. It wasn't an impressive win to me due to the Georgia Tech talent and them only being projected to win 3 games. But it was impressive because of the comeback. The O-line was amazing the entire game. Shawn, we were sitting there after the game, and I was like, holy crap, we didn't give up a sack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I was going to say, I think, halfway through the fourth quarter, and I said, I'm not going to say it.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
And you said, well, look, wait till after the game. I was like, man, we didn't give up a sack. We did give up too many big plays on defense overall. We do need to spy somebody to the quarterback a little bit more for running quarterbacks, I feel. The defense lost Perry early in the game. It didn't hurt them too bad. It was a good sign we didn't hear. I was talking to Steve Rummage yesterday, and I was talking about Jarvis Brownlee. I was like, I didn't hear much about him. And Steve makes the really good point. Well, that means he was doing his job. You didn't have to hear Jarvis Brownlee toasted. Jarvis Brownlee got beat. It was really, really quiet defensive back. And plus those announcers wouldn't have given us any shine anyway. They wanted do you remember when Jordan ran for that long touchdown and how deflated the announcer? He's like, oh no, there's no flags.
Andre Ware. I don't think he likes Louisville for some reason.
I don't think he's very aware of who his whose market's like number one in the country most of the year. But O-line was amazing. The defense, like I said, lost Perry early. The secondary didn't get beat, so that was good. Defense came up big and forced turnovers when needed. A lot of the guys we predicted that would come up big in our pregame show for ESPN 93.9 The Ville, they did. I talked about Josh Minkins. Sam and you, I think, mentioned per year. I know Sam did. I don't remember
Sam
who you
did.
mentioned.
I think I mentioned. Oh my God.
Offensively, I mentioned Plummer, and he ended up, righting the ship. But man, what a roller coaster of a game! It was true cardiac cards fashion. Shawn, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts were, I'm actually glad the game took place the way it did, and that we didn't come out firing on all cylinders. It was more of a workmanlike effort, and it also forced Jeff Brom to immediately show his adjustment abilities at halftime, because he made an adjustment at halftime. And it was a simple adjustment: stop the run. What did Georgia Tech do in the second quarter that was different from the first quarter? They were running the ball down our throat, and we, with our 4-2-5, we weren't able to stop it. So he started adding a man to the box, and he started keying on the run. And then Haynes King at that point was forced to throw the ball in 3rd and long rather than 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3. And you saw what happened. He kind of got swallowed up a bit, with the exception of maybe 2 drives. The very last drive they scored on, and then that drive where the defense came up big with a big turnover.
Absolutely. And Brian, great point. That's something I meant to put in my notes. And like when you're writing the show, you forget some stuff. We actually have a coach that makes adjustments at halftime. And that's something everybody noticed. Shawn says, reach across the table and slap that off his face. I'm not going to slap his skin off of his face. It didn't come off.
It won't come off.
I don't know. Still worrisome that we gave up 488 yards. Like I said, we had a lot of big plays we gave up on defense. I felt like Minkins had a good game. He had a couple of deflections that were key on 3rd down. If you all didn't, that's your opinion. Bubba Ray asked if Shawn has had a date yet. No. And almost everybody in unison mentioned Purdue in Indianapolis when we opened the season was the last neutral game that we won.
That's right.
Allie Jack says it was an opening game. We'll be okay. The Georgia Tech offensive line was pretty good. Cashmere doesn't think that Minkins had a good game. Well, we can disagree. Special teams played well. Little Lindy said. Don't forget about Des Tell and our kicker. Yeah. Look, major thing for him to come out and hit his first. Is it 4? He hit 4 field goals that game?
Yes, 4 field goals, and he punted as well. And
like
averaged 46.3, I think it was, and it had a long of almost 50. It was 48 yards, I think, actually.
It was nuts. I think he only needs 2 more to break John Wallace's record for kicks to start a season out. I think that's what our guy Kelly Dickey, shout out to Kelly Dickey, posted out this morning. Ali Jack says as the season goes on, adjustments will happen quicker. It's hard to come in. It's hard to make any adjustments any quicker than halftime. Shawn says, I saw no throws to the tight end. I did not see the tight end be implemented. That's a great point.
The only throw was in the end zone. Kursky, I think his name.
Yeah, he missed that one.
He
in the
missed
end zone.
him. He didn't see him.
But no. That referee was in his way.
That's true too. The umpire, back judge, whatever.
I'll call it. I don't like referees that much. Shout out to Daniel Spencer. So I'll call him whatever I want to. But I was happy. I was happy that we ended up at halftime. I saw a lot of people giving up, and it was tough to watch. It felt kind of like the Ole Miss game a couple years ago where we came out flat and we didn't get started going until halfway to the third quarter. But we got a coach that could make adjustments. Did make adjustments. We implemented we imposed our run game on them, which opened up the passing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an all around, great result. We got Murray State coming up this Thursday at 7:30. I'll give you the channel it's on here in a little bit in rapid fire, but blackout game. Everybody needs to get out. Fabian, what's up? Well, you're gonna have to rewind it because we had some of the biggest goats in Louisville football history in Shawn on to start the show off. That's a blackout. It is a blackout.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the referee's fault or could look? Here's my thing, Shawn. Great question. What's up, Rick? There were 2 times during the game. I don't remember the other play where the referee he made a difference in a play on us, on our receivers catching a ball. I can't tell you if it was all the referee's fault, but I know if I'm looking inside of me, no matter if it's a referee or an opposing player, it's going to make me flinch a little bit. Car marches at 5:15. That has to be packed after the win. Gosh, man, we got to sell this. We got to sell out the oven.
They're working on it. I saw the ticket sales. I think there's only 5,000 or so left the last time I saw.
Are we still calling it the oven, or are we going to switch it to the nest? Because I think we need to switch it to the nest.
Well, now it's train themed. Maybe you could call it the yard. I don't know.
The station. Card Central Station. Make sure you're at CCS for the game or the alley. Wes will be in the house on Thursday. Wes Keys, what's up? Shout out in the building. I have a prior engagement. I had my Fridays and Saturdays cleared. I did not when I made the plans I made. I'm still gonna be watching the game. That takes precedence, but I did not. No, but make sure you all go to the Collision Course tailgate. If you're gonna go to the alley, that's fine. But prior to that, go to the Collision Course Crew tailgate. Check that out. Bill and the guys, amazing people, a fun time. They'll welcome you just like your family. Just don't come in and dine and dash. Like, they don't require payment to eat and drink and stuff there, but a little donation, like slip them a $5 or something, and all you can eat basically for $5. Not that doesn't apply to Higgy. He has to pay. Higgy has to pay like $20 when he comes, but everybody else, just slip them a $5 in the donations jar. Do not be a bum and dine and dash. And not really judging people that do that, but if you can't afford to eat the food, then bring your own food or eat before you come and then hang out with them and don't eat. It is what it is. Bubba Ray will be there. Bill Jones says the Collision Course tailgate setup is at 1. They party at 2 p.m. at the El Nepal, 2745 Crittenden Drive. Thank you for putting that in there because I was going to ask you the address. The train yard. Bubba says, at the oven. Rick says the refs were bad. They were all the way bad for Georgia Tech in the first half, but I think they benefited us a lot in the second half.
But Georgia Tech, the funny thing is, I don't know how many penalties, if they had any at all. And they've had like 1 or 2. In fact, I saw something that they had like a record for the amount of penalties that they didn't have.
Look it up. Again, Bill Jones, Collision Course tailgate, set up at 1, party at 2, El Nepal, 2745 Crittenden Drive. I guarantee you will have a good time. Casey Munt says 2 total penalties for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And, it's like, I hate referencing. I'm going to have to give him royalties twice this episode, but it's like Steve Rummage tweeted out. Find you somebody that will hold you like Georgia Tech held Ashton Gelati. Crazy. Yeah, they were allowed to grab our wide receivers' jerseys. Shawn says he's on his way to the FSU versus LSU game. Oh, cool. 2 total. I already know Casey's going to be there for sure. Corey Carson says he likes the station. Shawn says he likes the train yard. It is what it is. Let's get back to the. So, all right, Shawn, I'm going to ask you this. I would ask everybody else, but they're not here, but they didn't need to be here because we had such great guests lined up. They carried the ball.
That was fun too.
Ironically and literally. Thursday night, what do we see?
I think you see Jack Plummer look much more comfortable because he's going to have even more time. And I think these receivers are going to get much more wide open. I think you're going to see other people other than Jamari Thrash step up. I expect AHB to have a good game. Kevin Coleman actually didn't have a bad game last week, but I think he'll be even more instrumental. And I wonder if you'll see, the one thing I wonder is on defense, will we see more sacks? Because I think watching that game, Ashton Gelati, who you spoke of being held all game long, he was pushing his guy into the backfield.
Yeah.
It caused Haynes King to run. Haynes King was running not by design a lot. It was more by scrambling. It was, oh, God, they're on me. Nobody's open. I got to go.
It was horrible what they were allowed to do to us. Like Rick points out, there was a no call on that late hit out of bounds.
That was horrible.
That was awful. Casey Brent, you already brought that up, Shawn. The pass interference by the referee for the Kuriski touchdown. Corey Carson says we should call it the bank, and I'd be okay if our offense deposited a win on Thursday, and I think they will. I like the bank.
That's a good one.
But I think they're a credit union, aren't they? So can you call them? You know what? We'll call it the bank. I don't care.
Yeah.
Ref set the tone, Allie says, with 2 targeting calls in the first quarter. King sliding late, happened later in the game, no call. Gelati had his jersey torn, and he got called for holding. Shawn says Thrash over 200 yards. Okay, so I'm sorry for interrupting you. Mm-hmm. I normally like doing that, but I don't this time. Score, stats, predictions. Go, Shawn.
All right. Score, I think it's going to be, I think we're going to put up 50. I'm going to go 50. We're going to go 55.
Here we go.
We're going to go 55 to, I'm going to give Murray State 3. I'm going to be nice. You know, in-state school, we'll give them a field goal. 1 field goal.
Man, Shawn, I didn't, I'm all for the overinflated expectations, and I'm all for we're going to yada, yada, yada. 55-3 is what you said?
55-3. Oh, and Jack Plummer, he's going to go over 300. I'm going to go 320. I think he's going to go 4 TDs this time because I think he's going to hit Jamari Thrash for 2, Kevin Coleman for 2, and then he's going to hit one of the tight ends for 1. I think maybe see Jamari Johnson be that tight end, get in there and get a touchdown.
Listen, Shawn, I never thought I would disagree with you more about a prediction or anything. Really quick, Garrett Hoover says missed targeting on Plummer, bad no call. Bubba says I'm asking Shawn about scoring. Very fair point. Shawn Thomas says 56-7. This will not be a 55-3 affair. Because on Thursday, the 66-0 shutout will commence. Plummer will throw for 432 yards, 5 touchdowns. Thrash will have 2 touchdowns. Johnson will have 2 touchdowns. Coleman will have 2 touchdowns. Shawn will even score. That's how easy it's going to be Thursday night. That's not true. I wish it was, but I'm going 432. Can't believe since I don't talk about. Look, y'all know I love y'all. I don't talk about Cincinnati up there. I don't talk about Kentucky. Don't care about them. I'm a Louisville Cardinal fan. I'm not a hater of nobody else. I don't like them, but I'm not even going to give them the effort to talk about them. Shout out to my mom though in the background playing her games on her phone that everybody can hear. Rick says it's going to be ugly. Again, I feel like Gelati has 2 sacks. I think we have a defensive scoop. I think Jarvis Brownlee pick 6. I'm calling it. I'm doing it.
That's good.
I'm doing it. Special team touchdown, Shawn Thomas says. I'm all for it. It doesn't matter to me. Jahar Jordan's going to get a touchdown. He's going to be the first player in Louisville history. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to call it to have a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a punt return for a touchdown. It's all going to happen in the same game. It's going to happen Thursday. No, we don't like them dudes on this channel. We don't listen to them dudes on this channel. Yeah, buddy.
I'm a dog person anyways.
Hey, I was a honorary bulldog. I don't know if you heard it, but like for 20 minutes, I was an honorary bulldog. What don't we gave the predictions and kind of did this out of order. What don't you want to see? We know what you want to see. What don't you want to see Thursday?
I don't want to see any blown coverages or guys getting behind the defense. I want to see the tackling stay consistent throughout the game because last game it was inconsistent. Offensively, I just want to see Jack Plummer be sharp. I want to see the guy that I think he can be actually show up because he wasn't sharp. And I'm not trying to dog him or anything. It's just the truth. He wasn't sharp last game. He had some moments where he started
his
looking
opening
good.
few possessions kind of look like your love life, Shawn, if I'm being honest. Just off a little bit. Just missed by a little bit. I'm with you, and I don't think if Georgia Tech, I do hold them in some regard, and I think that they're way better than Murray State. So I don't expect Plummer to have the same type of issues. I don't expect us to have the same kind of start or finish against them. So it'll be fun to see. I said 66-0. I'm gonna go 66-6.
Yeah.
I want to give him a little. I don't want to be rude. 66-0. Rapid fire really quick. And it was announced Friday that, and I have to watch these rapid fire. I have to be totally transparent with you all. Higgy writes these. He don't understand whole lot of English. Sometimes the grammar's bad. For example, this one just says, announced Friday that SMU, Stanford, California will be joining ACC starting in 2024-25 sports calendar. A lot of words missing out of that, but you get the gist of it. We got 3 new members coming up. Number 13 men's soccer, who's now 3-0, picked up 2 more wins. This over Bellarmine, and I like to read them like, I'm not going to correct them. Y'all can just make fun of it. They picked up 2 more wins this over Bellarmine and UNC Greensboro. These Cardinals have started the season with 3 consecutive shutouts. That's impressive. First time the Cardinals have done this since 2009. The Cardinals return home for a matchup with on Tuesday at 8 p.m. and then travel to Syracuse on Friday at 8 p.m. The Cardinals women's soccer team dropped another to Illinois 2-1. The Cards finished their homestead. Not their homestand, their homestead on Sunday at 7:30 against Central Michigan before going on the road to face Indiana on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Oh, so we can watch a soccer game on one TV, football game on the other, if you're not going to the game, which I think a lot of us are planning on going to the game. The number 9 field hockey team, man, shout out to them. They've been balling. They picked up another top 10 win against number 10 Princeton with a 2-1 victory. He didn't give me their record on this like he did all the other sports, so that's the inconsistent Higgy of the situation. The Cardinals finished the Pennsylvania road trip against Penn on Sunday at 1:30 before today at 1:30. Actually, they've already started before hosting Ohio State Friday at 6 p.m. The number 3 volleyball team dominated their matches this week with the sweep of South Dakota and Northern Kentucky in the first 2 days of the Tiger Classic. The Cardinals finished the Tiger Classic against Missouri today at 3:30. And then travel to Dayton on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Reminder, Thursday's game is a blackout. Please wear your black Cardinal attire, Pat Cardinal Stadium. Game time 7:30 p.m. on the ACC Network. Ivan Green will be honored on October 28th with his jersey being added to the, I'm calling it the Circle of Champions. I don't know what else you call it. Again, congrats to my brother. And I want to leave this off really quick. I'm going to leave it with this. I promised the Easter egg. I'm going to give y'all an Easter egg. Very excited for Louisville basketball. Cannot wait to see this season not only what Sky and Trey and Dennis and JJ and Caleb and Curtis and all of them do. Excited to see what Coach Kenny Payne does in year 2. Excited to see what Coach Nolan Smith does in year 2. Excited to see what Danny Manning does in year 2. Josh Jamison and whoever they select to fill out the staff. The staff is an amazing staff. And I can't wait to see what the basketball team is going to do. Make sure you all are checking out our photo galleries at cardinalsportzone.com, the place that I'll begin. Jeff will have one in there in the next few days. We've got JK and TJ, and Jeff's kind of like mentoring another one. And as soon as I get that information, I'll add him in here too. But phenomenal work. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors, Fitness Market, Four Pick, Smokehouse, and the Collision Course Crew tailgaters. We're working on more. Make sure you get out to all the home tailgates and see what the CCC does in person, in action. They serve up a good time, and they don't ask for anything other than donations. They are appreciated, though. Oh, they don't ask for anything, but donations are appreciated. They don't ask for them. Don't be a chooch and just dine and dash. Yeah, buddy. I've been watching a lot of Jersey Shore lately. I'm sorry. For sponsorship opportunities, just hit me up. Jeremy Wallman on Facebook, at Jeremy_CSZ, everywhere else. Speaking of social media, you can catch us on YouTube. You can catch the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Underneath me, it tells you how you can support us monetarily. Underneath Shawn's face and whatever's on his face, you can see where you can follow us on social media. You can find the podcast on all the podcast avenues, over 125 in all: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeart. Hit subscribe or follow now. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go back, check them all out. Go to cardinalsportszone.com. Hit the podcast drop-down menu, hit CSZ Podcast. You can also listen to the old episodes of Live with 55. New episodes of Live with 55 are showing up exclusively on our YouTube channel. It's where I get 10 minutes every few days and talk about something I don't really want to take up a whole lot of time on the pod, or just something I'm feeling. It's been really good, been very therapeutic. I normally do it before I go to the gym. It gets me motivated to go in there. Y'all get me motivated. I appreciate y'all. Speaking of y'all, shout out to all of y'all who are sharing the podcast. We love it. Appreciate you guys. As we always do, we want to give a shout out to Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage, doing the Lord's work on ESPN 93.9 The Ville from 10 to noon, Monday through Friday. Again, thank you to 93.9, Nikki, Marcus, Steve, Drew, the whole crew. Don't want to leave it, Phil, all y'all for allowing that to happen. It was really cool, and we really do appreciate it. Shawn, normally this is where I would go to the last words and let you go first, but I have to admit something, Shawn. Got to admit something. So, again, and I think I've already brought this up. I can't remember if I brought this up during this podcast or Live with 55, but I want to make it perfectly clear. I am not a chooch. I did not pay for Twitter Blue so I could have a blue check mark. I was having issues with my Twitter. I did subscribe to Twitter Blue. You all, please don't treat me like y'all do the other people. I did select for my blue check mark not to be seen. That was early in this show. I told everybody about that. I couldn't remember if I did or not. I can edit my post. I make a lot of typos. By the time I get to delete it and redo it, I've already got like 20 likes, 40 reposts, and I'm like, man, I'll just leave it looking stupid like that. So this does help me out professionally. I'm not doing it for any kind of clout or notoriety or whatever it is, but I just want to I don't know why I feel so bad about that, but I feel like a loser because of subscribing to Twitter Blue. But again, I can do a longer post. I don't have to worry about making ands, the ampersand symbol, or leaving people out of the tweet. I can do 4,000 characters. So it is what it is. It's for work only. If y'all don't like it, I apologize, but it is what it is. Shawn, give me your last words for today.
Uneffing believable.
Other than that, Shawn, I know how the show was
uneffing believable
today, but go ahead, give us your last thoughts.
I was actually glad to just be here and be able to listen to all those Cardinal legends. I shout out to Ivan Green. Growing up, it was awesome to watch him play. He wore my favorite number. So I automatically was like, I like that guy. I wanted to do well, and he did more than well. He was one of the greatest tight ends if not, you know what? He's the greatest tight end to ever play for Louisville. I don't care about NFL stuff with Jamie Asher or anybody. He's the greatest tight end to ever put on a Louisville uniform, in my humble opinion.
Other than me, yeah. Jeff Leff says Des Tell gets 2 sacks Thursday, and we get four interceptions.
I could see that.
I could.
Quincy Riley was close twice.
Quincy. Shout out to Quincy. Rick Sansfield said, I would love to see a couple of pick sixes.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Leff says, don't want to see Jack throw at the ground anymore. The receivers didn't either. You could visibly see them like going like this, like throw it up a little bit more. Yeah. Allie says, I want to see our backup O-line guys get some meaningful minutes.
That's a good
Fabian says, what do you think of the addition of Cal Stanford to SMU? Why didn't we also add Washington State and Oregon State? Maybe that wasn't viable through the way I don't know, but I'm okay with it. I'm what's the alternative? They disband the ACC and everybody goes For me, I felt like it was add a couple of quality teams and SMU. Already starting to shade on SMU. And keep our league together, because if we hadn't have done that, maybe Florida State leaves, maybe Clemson leaves, maybe NC State and North Carolina leaves. So I didn't mind it at all.
Now, I would say I don't mind it now because of what the Big Ten did.
Right.
I would have been like 2 years ago, I've been like, what are you doing? It's the travel issues and all that. But the Big Ten at this point, they opened the floodgates. So I'm fine with it.
The next what's up with the beeping sound? That's just like whenever I want to act like I'm talking. I'm sorry, like I'm talking. I can hit the beep. Fabian wants to know, is Nolan not leaving? Listen, I said what I said. John V, I talked to on Twitter a whole lot. That's not why he's not going anywhere. Is because they hired an LSU coach. He wasn't going anywhere to begin with. This was something that was just blown out of proportion, and it is what it is. But it's not because they hired an LSU coach. Do not devalue Nolan. And yes, that is my friend, so I'm taking offense to it. And you may not have meant it as offense, but that's not why he's not going anywhere. Who do you think will take over the fourth assistant spot? I think it's probably somebody that they work with on a day-to-day basis, somebody that helps practice with the team and stuff like that. I don't think we're going to go out and get a big name. Any updates on the 2024 recruiting class? We'll have some updates for you here in a couple of weeks. Is Capers on the team now that he reclassified or no?
Yes, he is on the team, but he's coming back from an injury. So I don't know if he's going to play much, at least in the first half of the season. Maybe we'll see him later in the season. Sure.
Brian McGlasson says you don't have to explain anything to us. We got you. I appreciate that. Bubba still wants to get Shawn a date. Listen, everybody wants to get Shawn a date. Like, here's how I look at it. If you know anybody, hold on. Where's the stat line at? We've got it here somewhere. Where's it at? If you know a female that's 28 to 38 and not a blow-up doll that is single, please help get Shawn a date. We'd appreciate it. At this point, he may be okay with the doll. Okay, making sure. James says Shawn has a date with his blow-up doll, so that was kind of perfect timing there. John V says he didn't mean any offense. This also makes the league a lot more democratic. The stranglehold that the state of North Carolina has held on the league is over.
Good point.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just want to make sure, John, that no offense and everything. I mean, even if you did have offense for it, I wanted to make it clear that that's not the reason. Nolan loves this city. He loves this program. He loves these kids, and you would never leave Kenny Payne hang out to dry like that. And that's what would have happened. That would have been a horrible thing to happen. Shawn is, listen, I give Higgy a lot of crap, but I give Shawn a lot of crap. If you do have, again, shout out to my mom's video games in the background that's very audible. Second time. I gave you a warning already. Shawn's one of the greatest dudes I've ever met in my entire life. And I'm not giving his eulogy or anything. I'm saying just honestly, if you have a friend who's maybe been divorced a couple of times or has 12 kids, Shawn will take care of all her kids like they're his. He's a good, and I'm not saying it as a joke. I'm just saying Shawn's the type of dude that would take in your family as his family. Great dude.
Thank you.
It would be. Shut up, Shawn. John says, dude, I love Nolan, but dude, it would be terrible to lose Shayna. Absolutely. Love. Shout out to mom. No shout out to mom. She has ignored me twice. Jeremy needs a little work. Just kidding. I don't need no work. Thanks, mom. Listen, I feel like I'm in high school. Mom, make me some grilled cheese and be quiet. I'm on the phone. No, I'm impeccable, baby. I'm the leanest I've been in 10 years, building muscle, feeling, how does the Booker T says, GOODT, good? And I spit all over myself, so forget that. But yeah, shout out to my mom. She's, she's been doing big things in rehab, and I'm very proud of her. I had to throw that in. I mean, you could throw it in there. It didn't stick, though, because Shawn still don't have a date, and Higgy still don't have but one chin. So it is what it is.
Poor Higgy. You know why he wasn't on the show?
He was at the He was probably in line getting donuts.
He was with Megan at lunch. Who knew?
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's fired. I'm just messing with y'all. Listen, again, we appreciate y'all's love and support. Thanks again for that. Until next time, make sure you hit that like button on YouTube. Try to watch us on YouTube because that's where we will generate the most revenue at is YouTube. And since Shawn shows up, I actually like to be able to pay him a little bit for showing up, unlike everybody else.
Pay attention.
Beat Murray State by a lot.
Markham.
First mark of the year on the radio, second overall. Guys, thanks again for joining us. Thanks to Chris Redman, Ivan Green, Danny Mosby, and Man Robinson. It was nice to get him. That was probably his first ever interview type situation.
He's going to be a special kid. I can see it.
Yeah, he's like Ivan and Chris and Danny will not let him fail. They just won't. And he's a good kid. Shout out. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Podcast. Yeah, buddy. I got to stop watching Jersey Shore. You shoot. John just shoots. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you, 55. No, thank you all for tuning in. Hit that. Yeah, Corey, man, what happened? Why didn't you say something? You should have hit me up because you should have come up to the suite. We could have hung out. Other people invited people that they didn't even know to my suite. So I actually know you. Rick, you have a good day too. Go to Facebook, hit that like button, make Facebook official. This has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Mom's still talking in the background, even though I asked her not to.